only sounds were from crickets and frogs by the stream. But in one compound, a woman named Nena could not sleep. She sat outside her hut, looking at the moon, thinking about a secret she had carried in her heart for 20 long years. Nena was known as a kind woman. She was married to a wealthy farmer, Okonkwo, and they had 3 grown children. Everyone respected her. To the villagers, she was a perfect wife and mother. But deep inside, she carried a secret so heavy that it haunted her every day. It started 20 years ago, before she married Okonkwo. Back then, she was a beautiful young woman, admired by many men. Among them was Obinna, a hunter known for his bravery. Nena loved Obinna secretly, but her parents refused to let her marry him because he was poor. Her parents instead forced her to marry Okonkwo, who was rich and had many yam barns. Nena obeyed them, but her heart was still with Obinna. On the eve of her marriage, something happened that she thought she would never tell anyone. That night, she met Obinna secretly at the stream. The two wept together, knowing they would be separated forever. One thing led to another, and before dawn, Nena had given herself to Obinna. It was supposed to be their last memory together. She returned home with tears in her eyes, carrying in her womb something that would change her life forever. When she married Okonkwo, no one knew she was already pregnant. Okonkwo was overjoyed when she gave birth to her first son, Chike, thinking he was his own blood. Nena never told him the truth. That was the beginning of her 20-year secret. Chike grew up strong and smart. He was different from Okonkwo's other children. He was tall, fearless, and had the same sharp eyes as Obinna the hunter. Villagers often said Chike looked like someone they knew, but Nena always smiled and changed the topic. Every time Nena saw Chike, her heart beat fast. She loved him deeply, but she also felt guilty.
Her husband Okonkwo believed Chike was his pride, his first son, his heir. Nena feared what would happen if the truth ever came out. The years passed, and Nena kept her secret well. She prayed that nobody would discover it, but secrets have a way of rising like smoke. One day, Obinna returned to the village after many years. He was no longer a poor hunter. He had become a wealthy man, trading in the city. When Obinna saw Chike for the first time, his heart shook. The boy looked exactly like him when he was younger. Obinna could not hide his surprise. He pulled Nena aside one evening and whispered, "Nena, this boy, is he my son?" Nena froze. Her lips trembled. "Obinna, please don't say that again. I am married. Forget the past." But Obinna stared into her eyes and said, "Blood cannot be hidden forever." From that day, Obinna started visiting their compound often. He brought gifts for Chike and taught him hunting skills. Okonkwo was proud, thinking Obinna was just helping as a family friend. But rumors began to spread in the village. Old women started whispering, "Have you noticed how Chike and Obinna look alike? Could it be?" The rumors reached Okonkwo's ears. He laughed at first, but slowly doubt began to grow inside him. Okonkwo loved Chike dearly, but now he began to look at him differently. He studied his face, his manner, his walk. The more he looked, the less he saw himself in his son. Suspicion burned in his chest. One night, Okonkwo confronted Nena. "Tell me the truth, who is Chike's father?" Nena's heart almost stopped. She quickly lied, "Okonkwo, you are his father. Stop listening to village gossip." Okonkwo kept quiet, but his eyes were sharp like a knife's. The tension grew in the family. Chike noticed his father's coldness, but he didn't understand why. His younger siblings, Ada and Kane, also felt the change. The once happy home was now filled with silence and suspicions. One fateful day, a big wrestling competition was held in the village. Young men gathered to show their strength. Chike entered the contest and defeated every opponent with ease. The crowd cheered, shouting his name. Obinna, who was watching, smiled proudly. He stood up and shouted, "That is my son! That is my blood!" The whole village gasped. Okonkwo's face turned red with anger. Nena's body shook like a leaf in the wind. The truth exploded like fire. Okonkwo's roar shook the compound. He felt betrayed, disgraced, and broken. "You kept this secret for 20 years?" he shouted. "You made me raise another man's child as mine?" Nena begged for mercy, but Okonkwo's anger was unstoppable. He stormed out, calling the elders of the village. By morning, everyone knew the secret. The shame spread like wildfire. Chike was confused. He asked his mother, "Mama, is it true? Am I not Papa's son?" Nena wept bitterly and told him the truth. Chike's world shattered. He loved Okonkwo, but now he didn't know who he really was. The elders gathered and demanded that Okonkwo decide what to do. Some advised him to send Nena away. Others said he should forgive her for the sake of peace. But Okonkwo's pride was deeply wounded. Obinna stepped forward and said, "Chike is my son. I will take him." This angered Okonkwo even more. He raised his machete and shouted, "Over my dead body!" The men had to hold him back. The family was torn apart. Nena was rejected by both men. Chike grew bitter. He stopped talking to his mother. He also refused to follow Obinna, even though he knew the truth. "The man who raised me, even in anger, is still my father," he said. Okonkwo, however, could not bear the sight of Chike. He told him to leave his house. With a heavy heart, Chike left the compound and went to live alone near the forest. Nena tried to visit him, but Chike refused to open his door. He shouted, "Leave me, Mama! You destroyed my life with your secret." Those words pierced Nena's soul like a knife. That night, Okonkwo locked Nena in their hut. "Confess! Is Chike mine or Obinna's?" he thundered. Tears rolled down Nena's face as she fell to the ground. "Forgive me," she cried. "Chike is Obinna's son." As years passed, Nena grew old and weak. Her other children cared for her, but her heart longed for Chike's forgiveness. She would sit outside every evening, waiting for him to return, but he never came. One night, Nena fell sick. She called for her children. With tears in her eyes, she begged them, "Never hide secrets in your life. It will destroy you in the end." Those were her last words before she died. When Chike heard of her death, he came back to the compound. He stood by her grave, his eyes full of tears. "Mama, why didn't you tell me the truth earlier? Why did you hide it until it ruined us all?" The villagers gathered around. Some pitied Chike, others blamed Nena even in death. The story of her secret became a lesson for the whole community. Okonkwo never fully healed from the betrayal. He lived the rest of his life with bitterness. Obinna tried to reconnect with Chike, but the boy never truly accepted him as a father. Chike grew into a man, strong and brave, but his heart was scarred. He always remembered how a single secret destroyed his family. The people of Umuaka began to warn their children, "Do not hide secrets. The truth may be painful, but lies will destroy you." Nena's grave became a silent reminder in the village. Every woman who passed by whispered a prayer, asking God to save them from such shame. Chike eventually married and had children of his own, but he told them the story of his mother as a warning. Never build your life on lies. It will one day collapse. The village never forgot the scandal. Even 20 years after Nena's death, people still told the tale. She hid a secret for 20 years until it destroyed her. And so the story lived on, not just as gossip, but as a lesson. Truth is heavy, but secrets are heavier. And the weight of Nena's secret crushed her, her family, and her legacy forever.
Thank you so much for listening to today's enchanting story. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more magical tales that spark your imagination. Every story is a door to a new adventure, and I'm so glad you walked through it with me today. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep dreaming big. Until next time, keep the magic alive in your heart. I'll see you again soon for another wonderful story. Bye for now.